For you to be able to identify market structure from a resistance key level to a support key level, you simply need to understand 4 things that I'm going to explain to you in this video. The first one is simply referred to as swing low and swing high. Now, this swing low and swing high can appear in different forms. If the price is bullish, it's going to appear in higher highs and higher low. But if the price is bearish, it's simply going to appear in lower highs and lower low. Now, the second thing that you need to understand is for you to understand break of structure, which I will present as BOS. Now, break of structure is simply what tells us that, okay, a price that is going up is going to continue going up, or a price that is going down is going to continue what? Going down. Now, we have third one, which is referred to as change of character. Now, a change of character is simply what tells us that a price that is going up is likely going to start going down, or a price that is going down is likely going to start going up. So, the difference between break of structure and change of character is that one is a continuation pattern and the other is a reversal pattern. Now, the last one, which is simply refers to as zones. Now, zones are simply points or area that you want to pay attention to. That means it can be your point of interest. So zones are simply a point that you want to be interested in. We're going to go to the chart and see all of these things on the chart and be able to identify these things from a specific key level to another key level. That means what I want to do is I want to identify these 4 things from one support key level to one resistance key level. I'll see you on the charts.
This is GPUSD, and we'll just open the chart. Remember what I told you in my last video, right? The first thing you want to do whenever you open the chart is to simply go to the higher time frame and understand direction, and as well identify the key level. So we're going to go to the daily time frame and understand direction and key level. Now on daily time frame, if you look clearly with our trend line, you can easily see that price was simply going to the upside from this trend line here. And at a point, price broke out from the trend line. That means we were in an uptrend in the previous price action that was going on here, up until price broke below this trend. Now, this point where price broke below out of is referred to as our resistance key level, and this point where price got to after it broke out is referred to as our support key level. Now, what we want to do right now is to understand if you are going to buy or if you are going to sell. And now, for us to buy, we want to simply see price get to this point, this resistance key level, break above it, and then give us a change of character to the upside. Or want to see price get to this resistance key level and give us a change of character to the downside. And for us to be able to understand that, we simply need to understand what price have done from this support key level here up until price got to this resistance key level here. So our bone of contention, or where we're going to focus on now, is to simply understand what price did from this support key level to this resistance key level by simply going to the 4 hours time frame and understanding the market structure. Now remember what I said earlier on in the video, that for you to be able to identify market structure, you simply need to be able to point out where the swing highs and swing low are. And now if it's bullish, we're going to be identifying higher highs and higher low. Or if it's bearish, we're going to be identifying lower lows and lower high. And again, I said that for every market structure, there's a swing high and swing low, and as well there's break of structure and there's change of character, and lastly there is zone. We're going to be identifying these 4 things in this video. Now the first one, which is referred to swing high and swing low. For us to be able to identify swing high and swing low from the support key level to the resistance key level, we need to first identify those key levels, which we have done already. This is support key level, and this is the resistance key level. And now, if you look closely here, price is in an uptrend. How should I price in an uptrend? We have simply identified the swing high. This is the swing high. We're going to be doing. We're going to be identifying these things right here now. Now, this is a swing high here. I'm going to put it here. High, this is the high, and this is the low. So first of all, we've identified the swing high, which is here, and we've identified the swing low, which is here. Now, for us to confirm if it's giving us higher highs and higher low, which is referred to as the bullish trend, or for us to identify if it's giving us lower low and lower high, which is referred to as the bearish trend, we want to understand what price did after price had given us the swing high and the swing low. As you can see, when price gave us the swing high and swing low, we had another high, and the high was higher than the previous high. It's now referred to as higher high. So this point here is referred to as higher high. So this point here is referred to as higher high. Now, this is the low. Where is the next low? We can clearly see here. This one, and this higher high gave us this low. So this higher low is higher than the previous low. So it refers to as the higher low. So this point now is referred to as what? Higher low. So see how we're able to identify it first. From the support key level, we're able to see that price was going to the upside by simply identifying the high and the low. Now the next high that came out after that high came out was a higher high. The higher high gave us a higher low because the low was higher than the previous low. So continuously we are able to identify the higher highs and the higher lows in the market. Now, after this higher high and higher low came out, where is the next swing high we can see? You can either choose to take it here, which is here, higher high, and here, higher low. Are you seeing how I identifying this higher high and higher lows? I'm going to the upside. Now, after this higher high and higher low, where is the next higher high and the next higher low? That is very obvious. Now, this point is referred as the higher high. Here, higher high. Now, when this higher high was created, where was the next swing low here? Here, exactly. So this point now is referred as the higher low. The higher low. Now, remember that I said earlier that if price is an uptrend, it's simply giving us higher highs and higher lows. So for us now, we have confirmed that price is an uptrend by simply identifying the higher highs and the higher low. Now, what happened next after this higher high and higher low was created? Price went into a ranging phase. Where is the ranging phase? I want to identify this ranging phase as well too. This is referred to as the ranging phase. So this is the higher high, and this is a higher low. But when price gave us this higher high and higher low, price went into the ranging phase. That means you cannot really identify if price is going to the upside or price is just going sideways. So this point here is an uptrend, and this phase here is what? Ranging phase. Now, but remember our focus. Our focus is for us to see what we're going to do if price gets to this resistance key level. Let's find out what price this when price got to this resistance key level. Now, when price got to this resistance key level, price created a high. Now, this point is expressed as a high. Now, we're expecting two things to happen. if that price get to the resistance key level and change character to the downside, or if price get to the resistance key level, it will break, it will change character to the upside. Now, if you look closely from this point here, you see that when price gave us this high, price gave us what, this low here. So this point is the high and this point is the low. Now, had it been price went up to this resistance key level and started giving us higher highs and higher low, we would have gone for a buy. Now, because price gave us this high and gave us this low, and the next price, the next swing low or swing high price gave us, it was simply a swing high that was not able to break the previous swing high. Now the previous that swing high now becomes a lower high. Why? Because it wasn't able to break above this high that price gave us when price created the resistance key level. So this point now become a high, but the high is lower than the previous swing high that price gave us. So this place now becomes a lower high. Now after price gave us this lower high, the next swing that came out was a low that was lower than the previous low. So this lower low that came out is now referred to as what? Lower low. Why? Because the previous low, this current low was lower than the previous low. Are you seeing how it's moving? From swing highs to swing low, from that swing low to swing is that lower high and lower low. Here is the high, here is the low, lower high, lower low. Now, where's the next swing again? This point. This point is the next swing. Now, this is not perfect. You cannot be able to perfect a very good, what's it called? Lower. Let me put this thing. Lower high. This point now is a lower high. Why? Because this high could not take out the previous high. So price is simply creating lower lows and lower high. So when price got to this point, where's the next swing low that price gave us? This point, which is referred as lower low. So when price got to this resistance key level, what price was simply doing was simply going to the downtrend. So if we had been on this trade, we would have been looking to sell from this resistance key level down to this support key level and possibly allow price to make a reaction from this key level. Or want to know if you're going to buy or you want to continue to sell. Now let me give you a brief analogy of what happened in this trend now. Remember, first we were able to identify the higher highs and high lows in this point, ranging phase and then downtrend. So what we just did now, let me give you a skeleton of what we just did now. Remember, first price was in an uptrend by simply giving us higher highs and higher low. And at the point at the point price started going in the ranging phase. This is the ranging phase. And at the point price finally touched the resistance key level. And when price did, price gave us a change of character to the downside and started doing like this. Started doing like this. So this is a very good picture of what we just did on the chart by simply identifying the swing high and the swing low, the ranging phase, and then the downtrend. But that's not. Let's go back to the chart so I'll show you something else that you need to know. Now, after I've identified the swing highs and the swing low, the next thing I want to identify now is to identify where break of structure is and where change of character is. Now, when this price was simply going to the upside, when price creates a new higher high, it refers to as break of structure. So this point here now is what? Break of structure. Break of structure. This point here again is what? Break of structure. This point is what? Break of structure. Up until price went into a ranging phase. So price was giving us a series of break of structure to this point. Up until price went into a ranging phase. And when price got to a ranging phase, price gave us a what? A change of character. So this is the point where price gave us a change of character. Now this point now is referred to as let me just leave it at that. This point now is referred to as change of character. Why? Because a price that was going to the upside got to the resistance level and started going to the downside, and this was where price changed from a higher high to a high to a low, and then from a low to a lower high, and from a lower high to a lower low. Do you understand? Yes. So we are able to identify break of structure and as well change of character. Now, if I want to identify change of character, change of character on the on the this downtrend, we simply say here is our break of structure. We have identified a change of character here by simply identifying that here was where price gave us a change of character when price touched the resistance key level, and then still giving us break of structure. So this point here is the break of structure that price gave us first. So we're waiting for price to come back to this point and possibly continue to sell to the downside or continue to the upside. Now remember, the third one which is referred to as the zone. Now zones are simply area that you want to make a reaction from, or area you want to sell from, or area you want to buy from based on what price is doing. Now if we are to identify zones, we are going to identify these zones by simply being able to identify supply and demand zone. And remember, I told you that there are possible ways to identify the possible way to identify supply and demand is for you to be able to understand the concept of supply and demand. But I'm not really explaining that part for you. So we're going to be using retail strategy here to identify zones, which is what support and resistance zones we have talked about. Now, for us to be able to buy or sell, we simply want to allow price to come back to this point, this support zone here, or call it this break of support here. This is support zone. We simply want price to come back to this support zone. Why? Because price that was acting as support at this point became a resistance here. So if you want to simply buy, if you want to simply sell here, what you want to do is you want price to come back to this support that turned resistance, and see how price is going to react. If price react over this place, then we look for a sell. Let me recap. For us to be able to know if we are going to sell from, because price is in a downtrend, and this support that was here have turned to what? A resistance. For us to be able to know where to buy from, to know where to sell from, we simply want price to come back to this resistance level and then give us a chain of character to the downside by simply identifying this point to be our support, our resistance zone. So here right now is what? Our resistance zone. Why is it our resistance zone? Because the price that was acting as a support here became a resistance here. So if you watch my other video where I explain support and resistance, you understand what I'm actually doing right now. A support turned to a resistance. So this point where price turned to a resistance is referred to as our what? Zone. And what do we do at zone? We want to identify what price is likely going to do if price gets to this point. Now, for us to be able to take entry, we simply want to go to the 1 hour time frame and understand what price is doing. Now, in my next video, we are going to simply understand what price have done from this point to the point where price is now and what price is likely going to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop here and simply for you to go back and understand what I've done from the beginning to this point, so that on my next video you won't be confused. This will be the end of this video. I'm going to see you on the next video. Peace.